Hey guys, do you have imposter syndrome? Okay, imposter syndrome is defined as a psychological pattern where a person regularly doubts their talents, abilities, and skills, okay? So you might, have a job or something and you feel like you don't really deserve to be there. That's imposter syndrome. But today in Ask Coach Aidan, I'm gonna break down for you why the entire premise of being an imposter is really flawed, and how you can shift your mindset so that you can feel more deserving and be more effective in your life. First of all, I'm gonna celebrate sweater weather. Yay! It's sweater weather. It's sweater season. Well, except, I live in Los Angeles, so it's actually 90 degrees outside, but I wanted to celebrate sweater weather anyway for the rest of the country. Okay, so imposter syndrome is where you feel like you don't really deserve the success you have in your life. So for example, if I'm gonna use me as an example, I'm a headlining comedian, and yet I could sit here and go, well, I only got that because I'm lucky. I'm not that funny, I'm not a real comedian, and make myself miserable. That's imposter syndrome. First of all, if you are experiencing this, I would like to say it's okay. Everybody feels like an imposter from time to time. You might be saying, well, that person looks super confident. They're certainly not feeling like an imposter. You don't know. Because if they're suffering the imposter syndrome, they're probably putting on a good face and being an imposter about having the imposter syndrome. And the best imposters are not going to get found out, right? It's like we're probably never going to get to honor the best spy in the world. You see what I'm saying? That joke is by a prodigy named Dylan Aber, age 11. Can you believe it? That joke is so funny. But the subject of imposter syndrome actually has to do with the subject of deservability. Here's a fun story that'll help prove my point. One time I went on a date with a zaddy, and it was a great date because he bought me dinner. It was great. We were having a lot of fun. Then the dinner was about to end, and he looks at me and he goes, "So tell me, do you feel like you deserve it?" I was like, deserve what? Deserve the dinner? Deserve a ride home? No, I knew exactly what he was saying. I mean, come on. It was literally, come on, thank you. I'm a professional comedian. Thank you so much. Thank you. But I didn't know what to say to that. What do you say to that? Yes, I feel like I deserve it. No? What did I do to deserve it? My favorite movie in the world is Sister Act. And my favorite line from that movie is when, so Whoopi Goldberg is dating the head of the mob in Reno, but he's married. And so the mob guy and Whoopi Goldberg have a fight. And then the mob guy sends her a mink coat, and she's like, oh my God, he sent me a mink coat, he loves me. Except when she opens the box, she realizes that it's his wife's coat, because it's embroidered with her name, Connie LaRocca. I've seen the movie a lot. And the friend's like, it's yours now, put it back on. And she goes, what? It's not mine. You don't earn it. You don't deserve it. You don't earn or deserve other people's wives' fur coats, okay? But back to the topic at hand. Back to the topic at hand. So when the dude asked me if I deserved it, my response, I didn't know what to say. So I was like, I don't know. And I could just see the disappointment on his face. I could see it. And because he really wanted me to be like, oh yes, I deserve it. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. But instead I gave him a lukewarm, I don't know. And the date ended. Which actually, I'm kind of okay with that date, not necessarily, because who asked that question on a date? But anyway. But it did get me thinking. This date wanted me to feel like I deserved him. And then it got me thinking further. Does everybody who presents me with an opportunity want me to feel like I am deserving of that opportunity? And here's where we have to clarify, what makes a deserving person? What is deservability? What constitutes deservability, right? So that is where we have to get real clear about objective truth and subjective truth. Look, an objective truth is something that is fact. Aidan is my name. Fact. This is a rubber band. Fact. There's gravity. Fact. Right? Objective truth. A subjective truth is actually an opinion, a lot of times disguised as a fact. Okay? So one might say, well, Aidan's very handsome. That's an objective truth. No, I'm kidding. No, that's actually a subjective truth. It's an opinion. Aidan's very handsome is not a fact. It is an opinion, actually. But the way people state it might make it look as though that is a fact. Aidan's very handsome. Sounds like a fact, doesn't it? It's not a fact. It is an opinion, right? This painting's very beautiful. You know, is a subjective opinion, right? Or Aidan deserves to be a best-selling author. Which Aidan's a best-selling author is an objective truth. Fact, thank you. It just happened this week. Woohoo! But Aidan deserves to be a best-selling author. That is an opinion. Opinions like that could be argued either way. It really could. So you could say that I am undeserving of being a best-selling author because Aidan got a D in English in high school. You know, Aidan didn't go to college. Aidan doesn't even like to read. He doesn't know about book structures. He doesn't know about the industry. All of those things can contribute to my feeling like an imposter, the imposter syndrome. But if you look at it, it's just evidencing of an opinion that I'm holding, which is Aidan's not deserving, right? It's an opinion. Do you see that? On the other hand, some people might say, well, Aidan does deserve to be a best-selling author because he has a story to tell. He's actually really funny. He wrote in a style that was true to him and all those things, which supports an opinion, a contrasting opinion that Aidan deserves to be a best-selling author. So which one is true? Which one should I hold if I know both are opinions and really not one's any more truer than the other? Did Whoopi Goldberg deserve her boyfriend's wife's coat? You watch that scene in the movie, two contrasting opinions right there. The friend's like, put it back on, you deserve it, you earned it. And she goes, you don't deserve it, you don't earn it. Literally two contrasting opinions about the deservability of that wife's coat. Really, she could have just taken the name off of the, you know, the embroidery and then put her name on and it would have been done. And it's an expensive coat. So I think maybe she deserved it, I don't know. But again, it's an opinion. Or in the case of my date, you know, did I deserve to go to Zaddy's bedroom? You know, it can be argued both ways. But here is an important thing to note. Everybody who gives you an opportunity or wants to be in a relationship with you or whatever would prefer that you feel like you deserve the opportunity. Because, get this, if I'm hiring for a job, I don't want to hire somebody who doesn't feel like they deserve the job. I feel like I'm getting ripped off with this person, you know? Now, in fact, if you feel like, if I interview you and then you go, well, I don't feel like I deserve the job, I might pick a less qualified candidate because they feel like they deserved it. As a reader of my book, do you really want to read the work of an author who doesn't feel like the book that he wrote deserves to be read? What a big waste of time would that be? Like, why would you want to read a book by somebody who doesn't feel like their work deserves to be read? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, everybody who invests time in you or energy in you or you know, a job position or whatever wants you to feel like you deserve it. So now we know that deservability is an opinion and it can be argued either way, and the people who work with you want you to feel like you deserve it. Why don't you just pick the belief of pick the side of deservability that's going to serve you moving forward? That's going to be the best for everybody. If it's an opinion, you may as well just pick. And here's how you do it. You want to watch my video on the thought game, okay? But I'm going to break it down for you real quick. Get out a sheet of paper right up top, okay? So I'm going to use my book as an example. Why my book deserves to be read. And then start evidencing the facts. It's written funny, it's a helpful book, it has a foreword by Margaret Cho, I look cute on the cover, whatever it is, just list as many items as possible for like 10 minutes. Just go, 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 go. You're practicing focusing your energy in a way deliberately in the direction that will serve you and serve everybody. Because, again, the topic of deservability is up for debate. We don't know. There is no real fact there. It is a subjective thing. And the people around you would prefer that you feel deserving. It would help you to feel like you're deserving. You would make bolder moves in your life and it would make you feel better. And now you have a tool to actually guide your psyche and your beliefs in the direction of deservability. So why not just get on that train and let's go? You know what I'm saying? It'll help you. Some people might be like, oh, well, I don't want to, be one of those people that are delusional. Look, if you're suffering from imposter syndrome, you're probably very hyper aware of the fact that you could be delusional. Actually, imposter syndrome has to do with wanting to make sure that you're not delusional. So even the fact that you're considering it makes you non-delusional. You see what I'm saying? I'll tell you what is delusional. What is delusional is holding the belief that you're not deserving of something that you already have because you don't want to be delusional. And so you want to make sure you keep yourself in line and you sell yourself on the idea that you're not deserving until that becomes apparent to other people that you don't feel like you're deserving. And then they start believing you because that's what people do. And then you lose stuff that's important to you. That's delusional. So whatever opportunity you have already received that you feel imposter syndrome about, listen, you would not have the opportunity if you didn't actually deserve it. So just put it on. Own it. You know what I mean? It's an opinion anyway, and there is no truth. So just own in the direction that you want to head. That's going to serve you and everybody's greatest good. Okay? Cool. Thanks. So, all right. I want you to check out my video on the thought game. The thought game is awesome. A tool to kind of move you in the direction of how you would like to feel about yourself. I would love it if you would watch my video on hope and optimism. It's very important to maintain. And get a copy of my book, The Art of Being. Yay! Woohoo! So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Wahoo! Feel good. Feel good. Feel good about yourself. Woohoo!